morning, cohort. We are here. We are back. Another fine and wonderful day flying. And this morning, little change to what we usually do. Rather than putting this on a mission that I got a password on, or rather a server I got a password on, we're actually flying on our main Pantheon Initiative server that usually runs Syria. It's an open server. So today, 18th of May, come fly with Pylum Special on the Kola Peninsula. We're going to be doing the Kola Peninsula map that I've been tweaking and working on a little bit here. I have made some changes for it and bumped it up to version 0.88. And with the release of the Phantom, I think it's going to be in a spot where I can, put the Phantom slots in there and everything else, and then maybe even put it up on the DCS website for other folks to download and enjoy. So good times there for that. And we do have a trigger already up here, though, so we're going to be getting up to some hijinks. And we'll see who else might join us. Maybe even you, out there, floating around in the world. But let's go ahead and get this rolling. Oh, there, trigger.
Hello there.
Let's make sure SRS is connected here. Go, that's up. Hello, Anna. Alright, so as usual here for us, we've got Cap up first. So I get the alignment done on the jet, which I was about to start when we had to start our stream.
Two's good jet.
Dial in our bingo here. Alignment's good. One's a good jet. Off we go. Oh, actually, one's not a good jet. I forgot one of the most important things. Hang on a second, you're coming to a halt here.
I would say forget a pod, but I can see it.
I'm not carrying a pod.
Request refueling.
Oh,
No, I mean the...
I wasn't dressed.
You had...
I had the generic livery on rather than the one for me.
Ah.
That just will not do.
Oh. Gotta be dressed for the occasion.
That's right.
Refueling complete.
Just gonna let it do the full rearm here real quick. We're ready to go.
Wise, otherwise you'll end up with no missiles working at all.
Which will also not do.
Rearming complete.
Okay, and that looks good. Just double checking combat jet. Combat jet is still set. Alright.
I still love the howl of the 14's engines.
Yeah, I like the way the A models scream a little bit better than the B's. Those TF-30s or something else. You know, when they're not trying to kill you. Some of that, though, is a matter of fly the plane right.
So in tradition, we're keeping with plane theme things. I've been watching videos about the F4 Blue Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, because of how unstable the F4 was, number 2 used to keep his stick all trimmed all the way to the right. So when he was counterbalancing the F4, it was over 20 pounds of force constantly he was fighting against, just to keep it in formation.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
The F4 is
Apparently, they had a. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, you go for it.
Apparently, they had a collision where the nose of his wingman went through his aircraft. The wing went through the canopy, ripping the ejector seat right out of his plane, and they both still managed to make it back alive.
Oh wow!
So it was good watching.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, the F4 was the only aircraft that both of the American air demonstration teams, the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels, flew for a period of time at the same time.
I bet that was a sight to behold, though.
Oh yeah, I can believe it. You can tell where a lot of those pictures were too, because usually the slot guy for the Thunderbirds had a black tail.
Yeah.
They just ended up painting it that way because cleaning it up after every fight, or every demonstration rather, was a pain. Because it'd get covered in soot from the lead aircraft. Alright, coming off the burner, setting up for waypoint 5, and an autopilot climb.
That should be waypoint 2 for me, I think.
Maybe. It should be close. I got a lot fewer waypoints to work with than the Tomcat.
Yep.
So I ended up using things like defense point and all of that. It should be listed in the briefing file. Or even the kneeboard, rather.
Yep. That's just what I'm checking now. Believe it or not, I don't think you have anything about the F-14s.
That is probably correct. Alright, so it's going to be maybe in the actual briefing file. Objective, AWACS. F-14s share collectively the following waypoints. 1 is Tanker Track, 2 is Fart Nixon, so 2 is correct.
That's alright then.
Your fixed point is Bulls. You're the land-based aircraft, so you have home base is Laksev Air Base, and hostile area should be Murmansk.
Yep, that'll do me.
Yeah, the Air Force ended up switching to the T-38 because it was cheaper to fly 5 T-38s than it was to fly 1 F-4.
Yeah, the footage that it shows when the old guy's explaining like what happened and things, you can tell it's old footage, but it looks incredible. Because you get a brief glimpse of sort of like a cockpit view, like a ride-along, and you can see how much that F4 is bouncing to keep into formation.
Oh yeah, no, they're not small aircraft, you know. You got the wing wake in the background and everything else.
Yep, nor are they the most stable.
What? An aircraft that doesn't have, you know, computer-assisted stability augmentation isn't stable? Say it isn't so.
Oh no.
Who would have thought?
But no, I'll see if I can find that footage for you and link it through. It's really good.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying a lot of those F4 documentaries and everything else. We watched one with Robin Olds last night. What a character. Like, I've known that about him. Like, I'm not unfamiliar with who Robin Olds is and everything else, or Steve Ritchie, or, you know, a lot of the folks from Vietnam Ace Academy there. But, actually, Robin may have made Ace in Vietnam, but he on purpose was holding himself at 4. because if he made it to 5, he was afraid that they were going to promote him and make him have a desk job somewhere or go teach kids at the academy again, or something along those lines, take him out of combat. Just wasn't about that.
Nah, no kidding. Stick to what you enjoy by the sounds of it. Picking up 29s on the RWR right now.
Yeah, it's going to be the usual cat groups. I did make some minor changes to this mission. I don't know if you looked at the changelog or not, because I didn't post too much about it. But if you take out the northern cat groups, the southern group will move up to try and cover the gap.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. Was it last night or the night before?
Something like that.
One of the nights. I remember you going on about it.
Mm-hmm. For the special missions, the tankers will take up a new track position to be more directly supportive of what's going on.
Oh, like the deep strike one. If you don't take out the air threats, it's going to pose a risk to tank.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I like that change. I really do.
And then the other one that I made a change as well is that there's 5 extra cap groups that will come up 20 minutes after the initial cap groups are all shot down.
Ooh.
And they all fly in from the south and then go take up their new stations.
So it's sort of like, okay, you took out our fighters, we're sending replacements.
Exactly. A pair of Su-33s and then a quartet of MiG-21s and 23s. So they're not the same fighters, like you got Fulcrums that are up to begin with.
Right, but I mean,
it is kind of their second string. But yeah, the fact that there's 5 groups that come up and then they take an overlapping cap position, where you can't as easily deal with them in pairs. I thought that would be a nice touch.
So it certainly adds a little bit of spice.
Yeah. No, I mean, the idea that I'm going for with this mission is, let me try and give you 5 to 6 hours worth of playtime before the mission itself needs a reset.
Right.
In 5 to 6 hours, you may be able to do some of the missions. If you've got enough people on, you might be able to do all of the missions. Who knows? I don't know. You people do you.
Challenge accepted.
But,
Just give me the F4 first.
broadly speaking, I'm actually going to change my AP hold here up another 2,000 feet.
It is eerie losing you in the clouds.
I believe it.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're doing all right. I'm trying to get above the clouds here on this one.
25,000 feet, I think, is what they're at.
Yeah, that's where the upper layer is right now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, hey, there's the moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my goal is to try and give folks, a good 6-7 hours worth of playtime before it needs a reset, because generally speaking, we don't have missions. Nobody really has a mission that is up literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without pause.
Right.
At some point, there's enough weird gremlins that get into the soup that the mission or the server just needs a reset. You got to clear that cache memory and make it work better.
Honestly, with what you've got in right now, I'd say it's pretty solid. Sure, you got a bit flight time to get from point A to point B and then back to point A again, but isn't that half the fun?
I mean, it should be for a lot of folks. Everybody's got their own tastes, and I understand that Kola. Believe me, if I get bases that are closer to the front, I'm moving aircraft to the closer to the front.
Yeah,
that just makes practical sense. But I think it does encourage coordinating your loadouts a little better, working as a team a little better, and really placing a value on your own individual aircraft's life, because it's not just a matter of, oh, well, I can just go in and airquake it and
Yeah. Yeet these out, die, come back, do it again. Yeet these out, die, come back, do it again.
yeah, like there's a good 18 to 20 minutes, depending upon the aircraft, where you got to push from point A to point B before you can fight again.
Like, one point with Kola, I was actually going to talk to you about this, so this is actually a perfect opportunity. One thing with Kola I've noticed is because of the flight time distance, I've noticed when in engagements, I become a lot more defensive as soon as the enemy fires, whereas previously, I wouldn't.
It makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with the Sparrow game, too. Like, the F-15E in particular is kind of my gold standard on this one. I can come up with a good, strong loadout for air-to-air for the era. Sparrows, Sidewinders, a couple fuel tanks, good to go. If I bring bombs, though, I don't have AMRAAMs to put on the wings here.
Nope.
So I'm really kind of relegated to being a bomb truck, and in most cases there, I'm not being gentle with what I'm dropping. If I'm going out to strike a point, I'm going out to hit a point, and I kind of want to eradicate that as best I can.
Exactly.
Which means, kind of flying like a Vigan a little bit, and whatever it is I got on board the aircraft, I'm throwing at that target, and then I'm turning around and going home.
I don't blame you.
At
that point, you're reduced to heaters, and against opposing aircraft that have aim 7 or better, you're at a huge disadvantage.
A little bit. If I've got somebody else up there, like if I'm flying up there and I can mingle with the cap and get in to support them, then yeah. You make them waste you make them waste a couple of shots, and then it very quickly becomes a knife fight, at which point, now I've got the advantage where I've got 4 Sidewinders on board the jet.
Right, but if we're talking solo, no.
Oh, no. So solo gets you killed out here. It really does.
Yep.
Solo gets you killed out here in a big hurry. Which I kind of feel like is where it should be,
Mm-hmm. There's no lone wolves on this map.
And especially for some of the bigger deep strikes and everything else, where it spawns up a couple of aircraft and everything else, like you got to go in with some cap. You've got to work with your rotors. You've got to work with your attackers. Everybody's got to get in on the same part of the team here and really work and play to make that happen. And I like that about this map. Yeah, there are
108 for 100.
Yep.
But yeah, you were saying, sorry, I heard Airwax and figured I would
you're right.
I'd let you know.
That puts them just east of Fort Nixon across the border in Russia. Excuse me, it's 1989, the Soviet Union.
We haven't crossed the Iron Curtain yet. Damn it, now I want to play Metal Gear Solid 3.
Colonel, trying to sneak around. The clap of my sonic booms keeps tracking the guards.
Now, for being in like the Cold War era, Metal Gear Solid 3 really makes that era shine really nicely, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a character that defects. You've got the whole inner struggle with the Soviet Union as a whole. Obviously, you've got the CIA doing its thing. It's really good. I mean, obviously, it's based around a single character, but for the time period, at least, I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm. It still holds up.
Honestly, can't wait for the remake for that.
Yeah. No, I've been very pleased on how this one has worked out and the missions that are available. the different things
Oh,
one
yeah.
can do. It's
Like, every time we go up, I look forward to it just because the formation flying's a little better. Because, you can keep it a little longer. And it has a sense of more realism
Mhm.
in my eyes.
We're going up to do a cat patrol today. With all of the circles in space that entails.
I mean, look at that mission we did. We did how many circles for the last 2 hours and didn't get attacked? Not one of us got a kill.
Mhm.
But that's sometimes just what happens.
It's one of the things that I really like. I'm gonna take a minute and plug like the Fear the Bones campaign, and the ones that kind of fit that sort of bill. There is a level of tension that comes with will they or won't they fire.
Mm-hmm.
You've got rules of engagement that tell you cannot engage this target until certain parameters are met. And we're not in a formal state of conflict or war, so you kind of got to wait on them to make the aggressive move first. There's things you can do up to shooting. You can get close to them. You can try and get them to nudge their way back towards where they came from to go home. And then it's kind of this game of stare down and brinksmanship across the border.
Keeping relations.
Keeping foreign relations, exactly, yeah. But there's one mission, and a very, very minor spoiler here. There's one mission in the Fear the Bones campaign where you are moving within 12 miles of a MiG-23.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's at a point where it's in the kill zone, even for the R-24, as weak of a missile as that is comparatively to other missiles that are available in the game. You're within 12 miles. You can see the dot. He's out there. And he's got you in a single track. And you probably got him in a single track.
And you're just itching to pull the trigger, but you can't because you're under strict orders.
Right, and you've also got, your voice actor even is sitting there going, come on, I need permission to fire. He's got me locked up. He's within 15 miles. He's within 14 miles. He's within 12 miles. And it's this will they or won't they? And that tension of, I am master arm on, ready to pull the trigger. And then also immediately defend myself, because at this range, that's what I'm going to have to do. It's going to be a race between the R-24 and the AIM-7. There's a level of tension there with that, and I think this mission captures some of that too. Like, yeah, once you cross the border, things go freaking ham. But if you're up here and you're like, I kind of want to simulate a Cold War cap sort of thing, you can run up and down this border and play will they or won't they with the MiGs until you violate their orders as far as when they're going to shoot at you.
You mean like I did with the 18?
Uh-huh. Pushing the 268 for Dark Star.
Already sitting on it. I had it dialed in at Laxalv and I could pick it up. Just, mind you, but I could hear it. It's a lot more clearer now, though.
I kind of like that, too, where, because of the curvature of the Earth and everything else, like, you need more than one AWACS. You need more than one group of tankers.
Yep. Like, I could hear airwax at Laxalv, but it was super quiet and distorted a little bit.
Yep. Because that distance.
Yep. But now that we're airborne and closing the distance, it's coming through much clearer. Which, speaking of which, Master Arm is on missiles prepped, state 15-1.
Fenced in, state 25-2.
I know I say this a lot, but DCS is super pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so a little bit of preface there for anybody who's just joining us. I am on an open server. There's no password, so if you got the Kola Peninsula map, you can absolutely join. No other mods are required. I like saying those words. So feel free to come on up and give us a fly. The other thing that I like about 1989 in particular for a mission setting is it's really kind of the age where you get the most parity between the two major factions, you know? Like, yeah, nobody has their best and brightest. There's no ER missiles or ETs. It's all just T's and R's. The R-77's not present. The AMRAAM's not present. 9X isn't present. You know, it's really kind of that sweet spot of it really does come down to you exercising the strengths of your aircraft against the strengths
Who's
of
the better
theirs.
pilot?
Yeah. Or, you know,
I got
who's
that
the better
feeling from the
tactics.
time we played this as well.
Like you can't rely on things like, all right, cool, I'm going to sit here and go bip 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 bip, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. I love dropping JDAMs off this jet. I love sitting out 20 miles or 25 miles and searching with the radar or searching with the pod and, you know, designating up to 9 bombs on the jet between the small bombs and the big bombs. Pushing into a point and just yeetus deletus over the top of the whole damn thing. Like there's a lot of fun in that, and I do enjoy it. I also enjoy having the limits because it really does make one think and focus a little bit on what is possible and what isn't possible with the equipment that you got on hand.
That's why I like my loadout that you put on this jet so much.
Mm-hmm. You know, the F-14s are kind of loaded in the classic Cold War setup, 3 Sparrows, 2 Phoenixes, and the reason for that is bring back. You know, the idea was that you're going up to do a cap, you're probably coming back with all the weapons, and if we put too many fat weapons on the jet, you're going to be overweight for coming back to the boat.
Yep.
So rather than, you know, dump a couple $1 million worth of Phoenix and just put 1,000 pounds of explosive into the water, you know, you just don't bring it up to begin with. All right, we're nearing our waypoint. Go ahead and take her out of AP hold. And let's go ahead and bring it left and see if we can find some bad guys.
Yep.
Check in with the AWACS here.
Dark Star 1-1. Dodge 1-1.
It's something about 110 before.
Zero 071 for 80.
Alright, a little more left.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm
Alright,
starting to pick them up.
Yep, kicking out combat spread as well.
Excellent. If it's the Fulcrums, I'd like to try and take them with Sparrows and save the Phoenixes for Sukhois.
Yep, got the bandits, 12 o'clock, range 75 miles. Altitude 17,000.
Tally, same target. I got another target group slightly right of that one, about our 1 o'clock at 19,000. I'm going to interrogate them real quick. No, they are cold. Bring the throttles up a little bit to military power.
Jester, what are you talking about? Bandit 12 o'clock, low 7 miles? What?
No, it's probably the hip.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that little shit.
Yeah, there's a hip zipping back and forth between those zones underneath us right now.
That had me a little worried, not gonna lie.
Oh, I'm sure. I wish I could tell, you know, Jester to ignore it, but the only way to do that really in an easy way would be to make him invisible, and then even Petrovich wouldn't see him.
Yeah.
putting it on the roof today,
picking
aren't
up.
you?
Uh-oh.
You're like 4,000 feet above me. Maybe a little less.
Getting locked by something. SA2.
Yeah. I'm gonna be threading the needle here between that 2 and the 11.
Do you know what these bandits are in front of us?
No, they're still cold to me. Yeah, no response on NCTR. They're facing the wrong way.
I'll let you know if the closure rate starts climbing.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
$101 for 60?
Yeah, no, I got that nail. It's turn to snap to them.
Turn it.
Bandit type MiG-29.
Sparrows or Phoenix?
Let's start with Sparrows there, and that'll take lead.
Copy.
.48 miles. Recommend braking left after firing. It's gonna be a tight space here.
Jester can only see the front target, so it's a front target I have locked right now, so I'm in support.
Got it, you take lead, I got trail.
Copy. 40 miles. Nope, Jester's changed target. He's now locking the rear bandit.
Roger, I got lead.
Yeah, he's targeting the bandit on the right now.
Got it. I have
31 miles.
28 miles.
Looks like a 3-ship.
Now I'm only picking up 2. I've got enough separation now, I can clearly see there's 2. You probably just got artifacts. 20 miles pushing STT. Box 1.
21 miles.
Cranking left. He's fired.
Fox 1.
Gimbals.
Cranking right.
Recommitting. Box 1.
Chester, you dumbass.
Bandits within 9 miles.
I got a lock on the bandit that's high.
Yeah, my bandit's low.
Fox 1. Bandit's defensive.
Box 1 again. Holy shit, this guy.
Dodge the missile.
Flares,
Still
flares,
engaging.
flares.
Am I good? Am I good?
I'm alright. Oh, buddy, you're in a bad way. You're in a bad way, bud. Box 2. Splash bandit.
Box 2. Damn it.
I'm rolling over for your target. I can see the cons.
I'm still behind him.
Roger.
Fox 2.
Tanks are gone.
Splash Bandit.
Whew. We got a Sparrow and 3 Sidewinders left.
Sparrow. 2 Phoenix.
I'm climbing back up to altitude.
Copy, looking for it.
I'm about to punch through the cloud.
Eyes.
All right.
025 for 50. The hop.
All right. Setting up to look for him.
Alright, just to get the tanks off.
That guy was a Sparrow dodging fiend.
No kidding.
All right, I think that's the A50 and the escorts there at 24,000.
Yeah, 4 ship.
IL-78's behind him. All right, let's push west for a minute and reset.
Copy, breaking.
If nothing else, we can get them to chase after us if they come this way. I'm angling actually back towards the FARP.
It's about a 240.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Field state's 11.6. I've still got some playtime.
Roger, I'm at 20.6. Yeah, I got you in the cons.
Yeah, I got you off my 11 o'clock. Manually sweeping the wings to try and get some speed back. I was down to like 200 knots.
I believe it. My wing sweep command is just throttles forward.
That's nice and all, Dark Star, but that's not the bandits we want to pay attention to.
Right? Speaking of which, let's check in with him.
Dark Star 1-1. Dodge.
Broadly speaking,
1-1.
if you ask for
Request
bogey dope, he will
dope.
give you the closest target for you.
Dodge 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 051 435 at 18,000.
051.
Looks like they've turned cold.
Yeah, it's back towards the SA-11 too. Do not relish the idea of fighting over the top of an active SAM site.
Nope. I already did that once in the 14. It wasn't fun. I dodged so many missiles. Although I
Alright.
did prove the 14 can do it, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little scary, that's all.
Little sketch.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-da, doo-da.
See if I get away with it. Do-da-day.
Oh, I think I got away with it.
That time.
That time and the only time.
Let's go ahead and break north a little bit and see if we can't knock down that other group. Maybe on the other side of the SA-11.
Okie dokie.
Dial
Coming
in
right.
for like 315 for a little while. I just want to keep my distance from that.
Yeah, makes sense. 315, you said?
Yeah, they're about.
Copy.
Turn this wheel right till this reach 315. Turning directly into the path of the torpedo. Yes. It's turning directly into the path of the torpedo. What? We're in October. It's turned directly into the path of the torpedo. Mother of God. I like how nobody was even remotely thinking about the safety features of the weapon until after it happened, and then all of a sudden Captain Mancuso's sitting there going, "Combat tactics, Mr. Ryan." Turning into the torpedo and closing the range, he got there before it could arm itself. Tupolev will not make the same mistake twice. He is at this very moment removing the safety features from his weapons. Such a
Yep,
good
if
film.
you can't join them, beat them.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Huh? Damn, that too is angry.
So mad. He wants to shoot down F4s so badly, but he's got to wait till Tuesday to do it.
Alright, I'm cutting the throttles to 3,000 aside.
Roger. I do
Oh,
like
it went
that.
quiet.
Hmm?
It went quiet.
Oh, yeah, finally. I do like that bullseye shows up as a actual bullseye on the radar. 15.
I think the Hornet has it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the 16 does as well, but not sure. It's been a hot minute.
It should. Alright, we should be largely past that 11, turning to 0.
Coming right.
And right on cue, what are you?
Oh, I see it.
Alright,
Just do your thing.
since we're down to a limited number of Sparrows, feel free to go and hammer them with the Phoenixes first.
Alright. Phoenix is selected. Pulling out of autopilot.
Putting it on the roof.
Yep. That's the wrong set of bandits, Jester.
I do like when the 15 with the Sparrow that all I have to do to push STT is tap the launch button once.
Hmm.
It lets me be a little stealthy with it.
I think they're beaming me. The radar can't get a lock.
Yeah, no, they are beaming a little hard here. Oh, they're also kind of mostly cold to me. I think we're just flying at about the same speed. Yeah, my closure rate's only 153 knots. 163. Oh, we're getting faster now. They're turning around.
Well, he's hoping.
No, it's fluctuating a lot. Nope, yeah, they're coming around. They're coming right, or left rather. Coming left hard. 280 knots, 300 knots. 400 knots. Solid lock on the Bandit.
Come on, Jester.
30 miles. Try and bait out a launch and drag him right back to you.
Yep, Jester's finally doing things. I can hear him. It's about time. I think they're still beaming me a little.
Yeah, I think so too. Pushing STT, I'm gonna spike him.
Copy.
Come on, bud. Come on, bud. MiG-29, target confirmed. Turning back around. Because I am up way, way high. All right, wings level for you. I am cold to the targets.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Box 3. Box 3. Hold those 20-mile Phoenix shots. They might be still burning once they hit the target.
Maybe. All right, turning around.
Cranking left, waiting for them to go active so I can go defensive. First missile's active. Second missile's active, coming left. I'm down to a Phoenix, a Sparrow, sorry. Splash 1. Heard Jester call it.
Yep, he's down. Scanning the area. Looking for his friend.
The Phoenix looks like it might be defeated. Down below the clouds, I think.
That's him going down. Oh, Dark Star.
Dark Dark Star 1-1. Dodge 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Come on, Dark Star. Come on, bud.
I'm
033
looking.
for 12. Oh, come on. He's got to be right here on the nose.
Gotta be here somewhere.
Got
This is
him.
the other Phoenix.
Box 1, 3
You
miles.
found him? Oh, Jesus. Yep,
Flares
I see
out.
him.
Flares out, throttles. Splash Bandit.
Over G. Over G.
All right, rolling around to 270. Going to keep it down on the deck and get the hell out of here. We're going to take it down to the deck, 300 knots, or 500 knots at 300 feet. Oh, man.
I got eyes on you.
Low altitude. Low
All right, setting up for steer point Bravo.
Home base.
Low altitude. Low altitude. Low altitude. Low altitude.
Well, that was sketchy at the last second.
A little bit. A 3 mile Sparrow shot is definitely a spot where it can do all of its work, but scary as hell to be that close to MiG-29.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely shot at me too. I could see the missile puff off his wings.
Yeah, as soon as you called flares, I instantly killed the engine and dropped them just in case.
Mm-hmm. Bad time to get 27 or 73. Yeah, Frost, I'm just going to download some more RAM when I get there, too. It's 1989. We got that America Online, right? No, actually, it'd be like BBS or something like that at that point. Alright, put them on safe and let them hang. SA6, about our 2 o'clock. We're still very much in the danger zone.
Two fan start, state 8.2.
I think we're going to stay this way maybe another 20-30 miles and then we'll get back up to cruise altitude.
Copy that.
It said though we're already going fast as fuck, so should be easy on the engines. Maybe it's the fact that I've got, you know, a whole mess of desert maps and really only Caucasus and what tiny bits of land exist on Marianas to be green. And I mean South Atlantic too, but this is pretty. This has got a level of character and texture to it that a lot of the parts of the South Atlantic map just doesn't have.
Saddle left side.
Let's take a picture. I got both the Wizzo and the pilot looking back at you.
That's creepy. The amount of trim I'm doing just to keep it here is insane.
Believe it.
Oh, catching a little bit of your wing wake there.
And we should be largely out of the danger zone, but doing all right, Frost. Here we go. 25 up, 30 up, 35 up. Here we go. Climbing through 10, going for 15. It's 15, we're definitely going to overshoot that a bit, but that's okay. Gets us through the cloud. A little bit of negative G on the aircraft, and be gentle with it. Not to exhaust our feed tank. And 21,000, almost 500. Setting up for cruise. Whew. Alright, well, we've thinned out the cap forces in that northern area. At least enough that we should be able to do some of the air-to-ground missions there and get away with it. We may have to attack that SA2 site, which is probably going to be next on my list of things to do.
I can switch to the Hornet if need be.
Sure. Put some bombs on targets.
Warheads on foreheads.
Mm-hmm. Some bastard drank my coffee. Is me.
That's
I did it.
That's rude.
Whew. All right. Let's see. Me board. 250.2. Oop. And tack in a 47 X-ray. You're long distance drinking my coffee like that for us. We got other problems. Let's check in with ATC.
Dodge 1-1 inbound.
You should be able to just have Jester call the runway, and he'll dial it to the right frequency.
Please.
What? What, SA2? What are you gonna do?
Ah, man, that thing's angry.
But we're like 80 miles away from that damn thing. You can't just come in here and shoot up all my fighters and go home. Well, no, not if you don't let me do it, but... Gun cam ATC, man, Frost. Gun cam ATC, man. I am gun cam ATC, man. I have 5,000 landings under my belt.
Where would ILS be under the Jester menu again?
I don't think the Navy jet has an ILS. I think you just got ICLS for the carrier.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I got everything else set up.
Yeah. $77 miles. Kinda see the fjord that the base is hiding in. Alright, let's go ahead and get set up here for the landing. Radar in standby, lights are on. TACAN set to the appropriate channel. Navigation master mode set. I don't have a pod to stow because we were in an air-to-air configuration. We are, as the kids say, Gucci. So I was more of a Versace fan myself. Comes to designer things like that, but you know, whatever.
Yep, looks like I'm good across the board. Everything's stowed, put away, yada yada.
Your tray table in the upright and locked position.
Always.
Always. What do you do when you want to eat?
Use your hands, damn it!
What if the in-flight air
Unless it's
steward or
something-
stewardesses want to come out and give you something and they want to put it on your tray? How can you hang on to your one peanut from Southwest Airlines and your 5 milliliters of soda?
Fucking one peanut.
It's almost like handing somebody medication. Like, here's your one peanut and 5 mils of soda. Just, you know, knock that back.
Don't tell everybody that. It's meant to be a placebo.
No, actually, Southwest Airlines is a little better than that. You might actually get a whole pack. Frontier, on the other hand, or Spirit, not only do they only give you the one peanut, but they charge you for the peanut. Discount flights. You get what you don't pay for. Alright, switch set to landing mode for the wheel lights. In the interest of doing other checklist things, verify spoiler brake switch up. Quick bypass set for field.
Set and set.
Jester's not going to tell you to do it.
Nope.
Jester 2.0 though might.
Hmm.
Not really.
I know what you're doing. You have to practice for the F4's backseat.
Yeah. Going to be a lot of a lot of checklists for the rear driver there on that one, and a whole lot of switchology.
$45 miles.
Plane in hand, beginning descent, cutting power.
Got a mile or two to go before I start mine.
Descending to pattern at 4,000.
Alright, earpiece off, plane in hand, descending.
And that is 0.16. It's the active runway for the ILS. I know we're going to have some clear days as I do the updates to this map over the, like the summertime. But it's going to be nice to put it up on the full rain again.
I honestly can't wait to see what the snow's going to look like.
Oh, snow you could already see. There's snow on you know, the earlier versions of this one with the precipitation. Like as soon as you get a little bit off the ground, the rain transitions to snow because it's just that freaking cold here.
Oh, I meant like the terrain. Yeah, you know, having the
okay.
whole...
Yeah, the winter map. Got it.
Yeah, right. Having the whole seasons change on the map's gonna look impressive. Like, I know we sort of have it for Caucasus, but it's Caucasus.
Yeah, it's Caucasus.
It's been around too long.
It doesn't... One, it's been around too long because it's literally been the map that DCS has used in one format or another, whether it's been Lock-On Modern Air Combat or Flanker 2.0 and 1.0. It's been the maps for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And while they did give it an update when they transitioned back in the day from DCS 1.5 to 2.6, boy howdy is it showing its age.
Yep.
So to have a new map with the new lighting engine and all of the new stuff on it, and it has seasons? Bro, what are we even doing there? Yeah. Established at 4,000 feet barometric.
$20 miles, still dropping. I'll push for 5. All right, 5,000 feet.
Welcome back from the ad break, folks. That's our base. Coming right. Push out to 10 miles and then try and fly the needles in. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm getting good glide slope information. Don't quite have the lateral yet, though. It's alright, I can still see the runway.
Depending on file, 8 miles.
I think this glide slope is actually setting me up for the other end of the runway. This looks way high on the approach. Maybe they do have... Oh, you know what? It actually makes sense. If it's a 0-0 condition, they would have me come in from the other side. Because it's safer to...
Well, it's a little late now.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Dodged 1-1. Check landing gear. Wind 200 at 6 meters. Uzi 3-1. Going around, runway occupied. Uzi 3-1. Cleared for visual, contact tower. Uzi 3-1. Cleared for visual, contact tower. Uzi 3-1. Cleared to land, runway 16. Wind 200 at 6 meters per second.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
It's like butter. Full brake, full F stick. Alright, cleaning up. I'm at the far end of the runway. I'm going to taxi off out there.
Oh, you got time. I haven't touched down yet. 3 miles.
Dodged 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
And off the active. Okay.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
And while that's refueling and rearming, go ahead and set up for my attack. Because I got a target waypoint over the area, so I really just need to fly kind of into the zone. I can start looking. Go with this spot right here. I will put a mark point on the map for you.
Well, I'm switching to the Hornet in a sec anyway. I just wanted to land the 14.
No, you're fine. The mark point will still let you know where I'm looking to put a waypoint. My rally area.
Yeah, I'll set my waypoint to that.
North 69, nice. 7, 8. East 031. 40 077.
All right. All right, starting up.
What I was doing, ground crew, was trying to stop you from going through all the motions of refueling the jet because I forgot to put pod on. Whoopsie! Enter full here. More bombs. More bombs. Bunch of sidewinders.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
So my goal in all of
Drunken
this.
left.
My goal in all of this is to fly to the waypoint and get close enough to search for that SAM site with the radar, designate a good spot for it, and then come in and blast the hell out of it with 84s. I may not be able to get to 6, but I can absolutely wreck the day of the 2.
Well, I can focus the 6 if need be.
I think that is what we will do, Trigger.
All right, you said you had a waypoint down?
Mm-hmm. I got a map marker down. I've called it waypoint 6, kind of in the northwestern corner of the danger zone.
Aha, see it.
That's going to be my ingress point And then I will turn towards waypoint 1, which should be the first SAM site. Light it up at the radar, designate a target area, and then get low and ingress in. A little bit of time to wait while they refuel the jet.
All right, waypoint set. Just setting up balls.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra Gwen 09 for 210 at 25,000 knots.
Almost refueled.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra Gwen 21 for 220 at 17,000 knots.
Couple hundred more pounds.
Refueling complete.
Who's good jet lined up behind you?
TF
Rearming complete.
failed. TF failed. TF failed. TF failed.
Okay, stores configuration for air to ground. Ores all over the place. Okay, Ripple 6. About 250 foot spacing. Get the pod going.
Waypoint 2 should be the same site for me, shouldn't it? If I'm reading the kneeboard correctly.
Yeah, it should be it.
2 through 5 says waypoints 2 through 5 represent known SAM targets.
Correct.
All right. So number 6 is the ingress
failed.
point.
TF failed. TF failed. TF failed. TF failed.
All right. Well, we won't have terrain following radar. As, despite putting the pod on the jet, it's having a fit. All right, let me run the bit for the TF.
TF failed. 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 TF failed.
All right, well, we just won't worry about that then.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra Gwen 1 4 for 240 at 21,000 knots.
All right, once more into the breach. Tell you what, you learn to appreciate the visor out here like this.
Must be nice.
TF failed. 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 TF failed.
It's so sad that you can't take the pod off and put it back on and get terrain following radar. I feel like that's a bug. Which should be addressed if there wasn't a feud going on right now.
Saddled left.
Roger, gotcha. Yeah, for the viewers at home there, it's on an open server. If you have the Kola Peninsula map, you're more than free to jump up there and join us. Server information is in that orange text there at the bottom of your screen, including the SRS IP address. Okay, so just to review while we're on our cruise here and to give folks on the stream something to listen to in case they missed it. We're going to be cruising here to our little mark point that we have in the northwest portion of this danger area. And then we're going to be turning towards our primary attack waypoint, which is down here somewhere west of Murmansk. And we're going to be looking for a SAM site, which I will try and identify with the radar. Pick myself a good ingress angle, and then attack from low altitude with some toss bombing strikes from the F-15. Trigger, meanwhile, will be looking for that SA-6. Try and eliminate that as a threat while we're on the way in.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
Nope. Should be a pretty straightforward strike, especially without the cap up in the airspace there. So we took care of them.
Yep. I've got 2 cheek sparrows just in case, but shouldn't need them.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Are you doing 4 harms?
Yep, just in case.
Thinking. 2 and a 6 are not the worst targets in the world to do singles on. But we might be able to eliminate that 11 site. Right, leveling out here.
I can target the 11 if you want me to.
Well, what I was thinking was if we can use the harms to pick off the primary track radar systems for the 2 and the 6 on the way in from the north, and then continue pushing south. Take care, Frost. Thanks for watching. Push towards the south and try and deal with that 11.
Two on the harm should just show up as a 2, wouldn't it, for the track radar?
It should, yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Minor spoiler there for it, but it's kind of to be expected. The flat face, the Amazonka, and the Bansong are all together.
And 6 will just show up as 6.
Yep, and that'll be the straight flush.
Yep. Speeding 105 miles to our first waypoint.
Yeah, if we're just going to go after that 11, let's go ahead and set up for waypoint 1, or 2 in your case.
Setting for waypoint 2. 2 set.
Roger. Because you can just deal with those. And I'll save my bombs for the 11.
So confirm 2 and 6.
2 and 6, they're going to be all yours.
Alright. Getting everything ready here.
Easing back on the power a little bit here so I don't outpace you severely. The other option that would have been interesting is if you had decoys on board to kind of launch them north to south. To watch the systems go ham on it. Granted, I think they're a little further than 40 miles apart, so...
Well, I think the harm's seeing the 6 already. You set the SA page to see everything for the harms, at least, didn't you?
Only for the known sites.
Yeah, that I was just about to say for the known site. Sorry, for the known.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Any of the pop-up ones
Alright,
that come
then.
up with the missions do not show.
Alright, gonna climb altitude a little bit here. Just try and save myself on a little bit of fuel.
Sure thing. I've pulled back to just under 400 knots.
Sitting at 370 indicated right now.
Yeah, you're slowly passing me there. Just fine. Welcome back from the break, folks. Pushing out to knock down some SAM targets.
Alright, so looking at the SA page, we got the 6 and the 2 ahead of us, and then to the right of that's the 11 site.
Correct.
Alrighty.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra Gwen 27, Fort Gwen 150 at 18,000 knots.
I figure we do the 2, the 11, we can refuel if we need to, and make our way back home.
Copy that. 112 miles.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra
112?
24, Fort Gwen 130 at
That's what my waypoint 2 is saying, anyway.
Showing 65 miles. Right off the nose.
Waypoint 1 showing 62, but I thought that was the tanker track.
You know, I think it might be carrier Hornets that are set up for the tanker track first.
That makes sense.
Yep, just crossed 60 miles now.
Yeah, I just did too. I'm down to 59 now.
All right.
Still only seeing the 6.
That's all right. I'm sure the 2 will come look at us here in a minute as we get closer.
Yep, seen the snowdrift.
Further south of our position.
Snowdrift's just the search radar, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Thought so. "47 miles. Seeing the 8 down there, but that's not my target.
Nope. Bigger threat's going to be those long-range SAMs. Or longer-range SAMs, rather.
42 miles.
Dodge 1-1, Magic 1-1, Bra 128 for 120 at 25,000 knots.
There we go. There's the 2. Also got a U down there. What's U?
Unknown.
Hmm.
Could be a AAA radar. Could be a dog ear.
Alright, got the 2 locked. Not in range yet, though.
Getting rid of the center line.
Yeah, I can see you conning underneath my left wing.
Dodge 1-1,
Oh, got you there.
Bra 118 for
Alright, double checking everything. Master arm on. Alright, coming out of AP. "28 miles. Magnum SA2.
Good launch.
Magnum SA6.
Roger, turn for next steer point.
Coming right. Next steer point will be waypoint 2.
Correct. So I'm going to pick up the throttles for a little bit. My plan here on this attack for the SA-11, as I watch your harms as they cruise here, is to try and set up for my radar attack, get low and start making the penetration to go hit it, and then have you pitch the harms as I'm getting closer to the target, in the hopes that they will look up to try and shoot the harms and not shoot the bombs.
Alright, coordinated attack. I like it.
There's the SAM site in front of your harms.
Yeah, they should reach. They've still got some energy.
Yeah, they haven't shot at them yet at all. First one's looking good.
Yeah.
Bang!
Bonk.
Sight killed, and straight flushes down as well. Sight eliminated. Good hit.
Awesome. Don't have to worry about that then. Alright, 2 states still good. 8.7 with bingo set to 5.
Roger. As I cross the 40-mile range, I'll crank slightly right so I can get good radar read on that site.
Yep, I'm pitching down a bit to reform, as it's going to be better to do the coordinate attack if we're close.
If we need gas, we'll be able to pick up and go towards the tankers.
Alright, picking up the throttles.
Since these were known targets, my waypoint might actually be good right over the center line, but I am going to verify that with the radar first before I trust it.
Copy that. Got two groups of bandits. One group 074 for 110, second group 101 for 100.
Alright, they should probably be no factor to what we're doing, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Second group looks to be in close proximity to waypoint 2. Currently heading south right now.
Okay, maybe they will be a factor to what we're doing. It'll be exciting.
First group's turning southwest.
Alright. Crossing the 40-mile barrier. Lane in hand, offsetting right.
Second group's just turned east.
Roger. Getting tight. You can see the halos from the radar.
I can only see the snowdrift right now. But since I'm only yeeting Hans into the area, that's perfect.
Going for a 0.67.
I'm about a mile behind you.
Tally the site.
Alright, I'm gonna get this. Oh, nope, never mind. An 11 just came active.
I've got multiple radars there. Looks like a Sparka or Shilka group. I can see the TELs offset slightly from the snowdrift.
Yeah.
It's creepy. I can see the snowdrift turning in the targeting pod. Alright, target designated. I'm going to continue on this course for probably another 2 miles, so I'm in a good lineup. And then we will begin penetration.
I'll stay up at 20,000 until the Hans are yeeted, and then I'll drop.
Roger.
Just so we can see it.
Offsetting further right. I don't want to get any closer to the SAM site to alert it before I'm ready to fight.
Oh shit, I didn't see that. Group of bandits 13586 hot to us right now.
Roger. It's gonna be fun.
I'm keeping an eye on. They just dropped off the SA page.
Alright, beginning penetration, diving for the deck.
Alright. Coming left, staying high. Come on, Harm. Find it. Find it. That's it. 11 targeted, getting locked.
.500 knots.
I'm gonna do a circle.
Pull up.
Oh shit, defensive.
Sam.
I don't think it likes me. Yep. Hitting the deck.
12 miles.
Well, at least they're busy with me and not you.
Yep. Full throttle. 11 miles. $10 miles.
Coming left, they've stopped looking at me.
Nose coming up. Pickle button held.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Magnum SC11. Magnum SC11. Keeping them busy.
They're shooting again.
Missiles
shooting at
out.
you. Shooting at you. Bombs away. Rolling out and getting out of here.
Over G.
Countermeasures dispensed. Pushing north. 15 seconds CTI.
Getting out of here. Getting out of here as well.
Six seconds. Oh, you guys are dead. That SAM site is toast.
Woo.
All right, picking the nose up. I'm gonna head out to the west for BDA. Just want to verify that it is dead, and that we don't have one unit remaining.
Currently have an 11 on the RWR, but it just vanished. Just as I said that. Oh, no, wait, it's back.
No, there's looks like one more TEL still sitting there. I killed 2 of the 3.
Got anything left?
Guns.
I don't want to dance that close.
Neither do I. But you know what? Without the search radar and without 2 or 3 of the launchers, that's it's gonna make it a little more difficult for him to do his job. Setting up for steer point Bravo.
That bandit group's reappeared. Bro, 163 for 47.
Let's not loiter.
Coming to rejoin just in case. They are currently heading a west-northwest direction, heading right for us.
Let's keep it up to full mill and try and get out of here a little bit. Trying to look around for that site in the camera so I can. Get a nice close-up image of our destruction.
Good news, bandits turn cold, heading southeast.
Like that. It's off my 7. I think a SAM site with parts of it being on fire would be a little easier to spot from the air. Mm-hmm. I suppose it's a good thing that not remembering exactly where I've placed it as many times as I've worked on this map, I'm not able to just, Control F11 it right away. I do like that feature for things like this where I could show that off on the stream. But we did get a pretty good picture in the camera for it. And we could see the shilkas that were protecting it. Probably an SA-15 site.
It was a good coordinated strike, honestly.
Yeah, that was good work. Alright, reducing power for cruise.
Copy. Two's fencing out. Stay at 5.2.
I think if I would have gone with my initial instinct of like 200 foot or 250 foot spacing, I would have been fine, but I reduced the spacing for the SA-11 side because I wanted to make sure that it was dead.
Mm.
Just in case they shot one or two of the bombs on the way in, but they didn't. They were preoccupied with you.
Which was my job.
Uh-huh. That worked out real well. Coming up on 2 hours through the stream here today. About another hour of our scheduled time to go. Hope you folks have been enjoying what you've been seeing so far. I think what we'll do for the next one is pull up Tank Farm again. It's pretty fun little sortie. And have you pick out the SA-6 and the SA-8 on that one. Coffee.
Gotcha.
Anna. Coffee as usual. Well, I could use another cup, and I got about 13 minutes of cruise, so I'll probably go get one here in a minute.
Thank you, Betty.
But, yeah. Yeah, no, it's been a good cruise. And I think we'll finish with that, because that should put us roughly about an hour out between rearming, cruising back out, and cruising back. So, make it a point to do Tank Farm and have some fun with it.
Yeah, I think what I might do, just in case, is bring up 2 tanks, 2 harms, and centerline big bomb, just for the tanks, in case of, anything goes wrong or anything.
Yeah, no, that's valid. No snack at the moment, Anna, but I will get one when I get up. Rest assured.
Do we have the 84 hard drags?
Yes.
Oh, then I'm totally putting one of those on.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break while we're in cruise back to the base, because we got about 12 minutes or so estimated time of arrival. And I'm going to hit myself at the restroom, grab myself another cup of coffee, and grab a snack. So hang in there, folks. We'll be right back. All right, I return.
Hello there.
Got ourselves our coffee, our snack. Used our piddle pack.
And I am very much saddled off your left side.
So you are. But it occurs to me that we can do tack view as well when we're done with this next strike.
Okie dokie.
I went and got myself one of those snack sticks, because, a little tasty meat stick is a good thing to cruise with there. Morning, Chief. "69 miles back to base. Nice. Sorry about the little bits of ASMR there, but need a little bit of a snack. Yeah, very successful strike on that SA-11. And the 2 and the 6, they're just all done.
No, it was brilliant. I liked it. Gonna be doing plenty of it in the F4. That's for certain.
Yeah, pretty much the only way to weasel there is to work together.
Up goes the weasel.
The strikes are okay and all, but keeping a site busy with a strike and then following up with, iron bombs and whatnot. Yes, we're quite nerdy, Chief.
Gonna get you riding nerdy.
Weird Al Yankovic, there we go. "48 miles back home."
Yep. Just passing 3.5. Some reason my plane seems to be left wing heavy. I don't know why. I didn't take any hits or anything.
Maybe that's where you keep your switchblade. I mean, you can't possibly go to a Tesco's in Birmingham without carrying your switchblade.
Gotta get the infinite shanks in.
That's right.
Instead of step counters for people, it's shank counter.
Right. Alright, I'm going to try and line up for 3-4 this time and see if the glide path marker there is a little better.
Copy.
Coming left. And beginning descent. It's been a really good day for flying. TACU is going to look incredible when we get done with this.
Yeah, it's open.
It's a little craggier here, so I'm going to keep the altitude a little higher on the way in. It's sad, I think I see the runway out there. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, I see it. Idling the throttles to let you go first.
Roger that. Incredible, it's still showing me as being below glide slope. Despite the fact that the mission editor and everything else shows the ILS channel direction is coming from back here. Some mild turbulence, not awful though. 3/4 mile, Eagle Ball. Wait.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
Alright, I'm taxiing all the way down to the end of the runway. Give you plenty of room.
Almost about a touchdown.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra, Gwen 23 for 220 at 18,000 cold.
I think I am just going to use this side of the runway for takeoff when we're ready, rather than back taxi all the way back.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra, Gwen 1 for 250 at 21,000 knots. Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Alright, need to eliminate a tank farm. No, it's not the birthplace of modern armor. It's a storage facility and refinement location for large quantities of fuel. The Soviets keep a stockpile near Beloy Moor, with access to various tributary waters, road, and rail services to parts of the USSR. Deny them their holding facility. Broadly speaking, the plan. Zip down to Fart Nixon there. Should be waypoint 5. Yeah, we're going up for one more, Chief. We will cross over the border, being very mindful this time of the Shokas and other things that are down there that shot me the last time that I did this. And then we'll push in and take out the refinement facility and the SAM sites that are there. I will make the refinement facility my primary mission target. 84s.
I'm limited to the low drag.
I don't think I limited the high drag bombs on the aircraft, so I don't know if they're just not placeable on the Hornet or what.
Like, I've got the 500-pound high drags, but not the 84 for the center line, at least.
Yeah.
No, they're not there for the wing either. Got you, Chief. Alright, so it looks like I'm going up with the low drags. It's only a backup anyway, just in case. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Navy jets could carry those, but you get different types of cluster bombs. You get the better rock eyes, which is not saying much.
we have a wild chief in a area.
As Chief would say.
Yep.
Very, very monkey.
Yes, Betty, we're getting fuel. Chill.
Bingo, fuel. Bingo, fuel.
Just constantly, bingo, bingo. Like, yeah, I know.
I'm putting gas in the tank, Betty. Let's see if the TF is still failure.
TF failed.
You
TF
bitch.
Failed.
Yep.
I was just thinking to myself, watch her say it when it reaches the bingo mark, and she said a dot on bingo.
There you go.
I'm just staring at the water right now.
Is it staring back?
Hmm.
I mean, it's Finland. There could be pickled herring in there. It's close enough to Sweden. They got to get it from somewhere.
You're just making me hungry.
For pickled herring? Really? Or is it just fish and chips?
I haven't. You know what? I haven't actually had fish and chips in a very long time.
Well, there you go. I have helped solve one of your meal problems for today.
There's just one problem.
That's fair.
I don't have any fish.
You're going to have to just steal some from the... Look, the British government doesn't want you to know this, but the fish are in the water, and you could just get them.
Would you believe me if I told you need a fishing license for that?
I mean, you need one here, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
What's all this, then? You have a fishing license for that? While I'm running you in for your fishing license, let's take a look to see if you got one of them TV licenses.
Nope, I do not. Mainly because I don't watch live TV.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think I ever have.
Almost refueled.
Refueling complete.
Okay, so let me actually set these for 200-foot spacing this time once I get them on board the jet. Chief says you only need a fishing license
I
if you're a
just got
coward.
the... Yep, there's the G limiter kicked in.
Rearming complete.
Arming complete. Tank there. Air to ground load. Oars across the wings.
Oh, right, waypoint for the tank farm.
Yep, I'm going to set one up there for myself. Because it does not have one by default.
I'm just going to edit waypoint 6 for it.
It's your jet. You can do what you want with it.
Elevation.
Waypoint set.
Alright, good to go.
Now, Chief, I'm on SRS-266 if you like. Or if you pop into the room, just let me know. I will move you on up to the on-air room. Whatever is more convenient for you. And let's get this road on the show.
Took off with you last time. Was actually pretty okay.
Alright, Chief, we are taking off on 1-6. Since we are already way down here. Okay, airborne and legs are up. Making for steer point 5. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing, Jet? Oh, I've still got you in. There we go. Still in the landing mode. Whoops.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra, Gwen 19, 4200 at 17,000 knots.
Alright,
Saddled
we're
left.
getting stabilized here. Let's double check Discord. Alright, good. Onwards to our next assault. The good news is there shouldn't be any camp hanging out super close to the area, so it's just the targets at the rotor points on the way in, and the targets that are defending the objective itself.
I've got the SA page up just in case.
Well, look at you and your fancy pants. No, it's good. It's good. We'll be good. Should probably get the pod out of stow. Lima Charlie 266. About 163 miles out to the far waypoint, and then we'll turn in for the objective. Kind of like this visor. I just wish the a seat actually reflected it, you know? Like if there was a separate animation or something for the visor coming down. There we go. I've got the Wizzo in the back seat now staring dejectedly at the center of his panel. He too is sad that he does not have a working visor.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra, Gwen 20, 4200 at.
He should be coming up on the level off here at about 23,000 feet.
Copy that.
Sorry, 22,000 feet. Between the cloud layers. See how far behind Chief is for us. Or how far out ahead. whichever way it works out.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra, Gwen 1 4, 4220 at 20,000.
Chief is 16 miles behind us. Pulling back to almost idle. Chief, I'm pulling back to almost idle, try and help you catch up.
Copy, once I get to altitude, I start speeding up here.
Estimating about 22 minutes to the first steer point, and then it's another 50, 60 miles or so into the actual target.
Copy.
Now, for the benefit of the class at home, I'm going to go ahead and get down here and look at the target area for the crowd. So our main mission objective is these large fuel tanks here. The refueling trucks there are an added bonus, but there are some defenders. Chiefly, there's this SA-6 site that's located nearby. There are also, scattered nearby the town, other defense vehicles like this OSA, an SA-8, that's hanging out and doing its thing, and gun platforms kind of tucked in near the town. There's also an SA-9 that is watching in such a fashion that if you come screaming in over the top of the site, he'll take a shot at you as you leave. Which is fine, because the SA-9 isn't a head-on missile. It's only really useful in the rear arc of the weapon system, or target rather. So yeah, it's not a terribly super difficult target to attack, but it does have a little bit of teeth to it, and you know, if you happen to leave the cap aircraft up, which we eliminated much earlier in the stream today, they could be orbiting near the area too and pose a problem for attackers. A lot of the missions that I have associated with this file, because there are 26 flyable missions, so once we go to version 1.0 here, like Tuesday-ish, once I have the F4s in there and I can take the placeholders out. Yeah, you got 26 missions that you could fly through various types. There's anti-ship missions, there's air-to-air missions, air-to-ground missions, rotoring wing missions. It's meant to be played with a group. But there are also special missions, and most of the regular missions are designed to be attacked with 3 to 5 aircraft or less. Most of the bigger missions are designed to be attacked with more than that. So, something to keep in mind. You are grabbing this mission file once it becomes available there on Tuesday, and flying with your friends. Ground speed is 455 knots, ours is 383 knots.
I'm catching up now, I'm doing 490.
Roger, Chief.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra, Gwen 04, 4 Gwen 160 at 17,000 knots.
You know, the CBU-87 shouldn't be awful.
Dodge Gwen 1, Magic Gwen 1, Bra,
Of course, if I carry 6 of them, I'm not carrying anything else in the pylon, so there's that.
102 for 150 at 18,000 knots.
Chief has closed the distance a little bit. It's only 16 miles behind us now.
Getting there slowly.
Miles behind you.
Trying to pick the speed up just a little bit. If I fall under 250, this plane's going to fall out of the sky like a rock. Alright, I'm doing 250 indicated right now, waiting on you to catch up.
Magic 1-1. Bra.
If you want to speed it up, I'd say do a circle and then I should be right there with you.
Alright, Roger, picking up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. She's a happier jet now.
Probably like 8 miles behind you now. I'm catching you. It's just gonna probably take like 10 minutes at this rate.
Roger that, reading about 15 current speed to the target. Or rather, 15 to the first turn, and we'll push into the target. Now, this actually isn't bad practice either, Trigger.
Hmm.
Setting a speed for like a time on target, rejoin, and getting into the area.
Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted, we could just do like a circle or something and catch up real quick, but or a tack turn or anything along those lines. But for the distance we have to travel, this isn't awful.
And the Harrier's no slouch, really.
No. As far as subsonic attack aircraft currently available in DCS goes, it's really solid. A6 and A7 are just going to make it better.
I think Harrier's top speed's like sub 600 knots.
Yeah, it's just under Mach 1. Enough that if you roll her over into a dive and don't idle the throttle, you might be in trouble. Might damage some engine components. I think some of the missions I might add in here under the air-to-ground heading are going to be the, like bomber escorts for a strike objective. Because I think that could be really cool. Escort a flight of B-52s in to go bomb an area and have to push back a little bit with cap and a little bit of seed.
I have my autopilot lined up with yours.
Wow. We've achieved ultimate formation laziness.
Yep.
Here we go. This is the usual speed I set the tankers at to refuel at this altitude. 0.7 Mach. 0.7 Mach at 22,000 feet. Good for most conditions, but not all. Here I am a little bit lower altitude so that they're between more of the cloud layers when I dial the weather up to stupid. Now, thankfully, there's MPRSs all over the place there, like just west of the FARP and where we're at right now. Oh, look at him. He's back there, right between the tails.
Oh, yeah.
And the throttle's up a little bit. Alright, you're about 2 miles out. We're going to pick the throttles up just a little bit. About how fast can you comfortably go at indicated?
450.
Roger, I'm going to go and bump it up to 380 indicated. Alright, pushing for 380 indicated. He's on SRS. You weren't already here.
I didn't boot SRS up, unfortunately.
Got
I think
it.
mine still needs updating.
No, no worries. Just relay it.
Oh dear, you are now leaving me in the dust.
Okay. 37 miles, killing the lights. Master arm on, fenced in, state 21 flat.
Fenced in, 11.2.
Fenced in, master arm on, state 21.
Plane in hand.
Roger, I'm still on the AP.
I guess the area speed isn't indicated because you're very much pulling away from me again.
Roger, bring it down to like 350. We're apparently pulling away from him there. I'm gonna hold it about here. It's about as fast as he's going ground speed. Alright, 3 minutes to the turn.
Tanks are almost empty. Which is surprisingly good. The tanks have lasted me this whole distance.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what they're meant for, is to get you into the fight. Or in the F-16's case, up to cruise altitude. Whichever.
You're not wrong.
Nah, if it's got the big
That
tanks
thing-
on it and you're not being a goose about the throttle, then you can get a lot of mileage out of an F-16, but boy
Oh,
howdy.
yeah.
Boy howdy do you feel those 7,000 pounds, which I think is what Chief is working with right now too. Turning
Like
for combat
full
waypoint.
throttle, low altitude 16 chugs it at like 7,000 for fuel flow. Like 700,000 fuel flow.
Yep. Coming left for the waypoint trigger.
Copy. Alright, so what sites do I need to be looking at again?
6, 8.
6 and an 8. Copy.
Mhm.
Alright. 78 miles, kicking out combat spread.
Roger.
Eyes on target 70-some miles away. I see the tank farm, I see the SA-6, SA-8, and SA-9.
Almost about to fly over those sites below us. I can see them on the SA page.
Roger. Chief can see the site. I'm going to have Chief commit on the SA-9 and the SA-8. You want to focus the 6. Roger,
Copy.
Chief. Have you
I'll
commit
send both
on
arms
the,
up to the 6.
the 9 and the 8.
Nope, Chief's off your right.
Copy that.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and press, get a little bit ahead of you so I can get a head start on taking out that site.
Roger. Trigger's going to take the 6. I'll take the tank farm.
Pickle tanks.
Copy, trigger on SOS.
No, Trigger didn't start it. Are you on in-game voice?
Just tell him I see what the... Just tell him that I see what the... SA-6 is
should be able to
massive
tell
down, so
him.
we're gonna have to get within range
Control Shift
before
Tab.
you'll be able to kill the hunt.
Roger, we want to push to in-game voice.
Yeah, shoot. My SRS is just messing up, so I'm gonna hop in the Discord real quick.
Works for
I
me.
think I need to bind the controls for it real quick.
Don't worry, he's going to get in Discord. And there he is. And give him a move up to the on-air room. Here we go. Welcome aboard, Chief.
Hi.
Howdy.
All right, 61 miles. Trying to adjust my throttles here to keep pace with everybody.
Alright, I'm picking mine up so I can try and get ahead. Seeing a pair of bandits, bra 033 for 64.
Not to
Roger.
worry about him yet, but
If we work fast, we should be okay, but that might be a fight we have to press after we get weapons off the jet. Trigger, you're going to be first up for that.
Copy.
Especially since I think you got the Sparrows.
Yeah, I got 2 on board.
Roger.
Passing over you.
It's a rare sight. Alright, tally target area. I am offsetting right to go for a straight-in approach there on that.
Eyes on SA9. The SA6 is still folded up, so yeah, we're gonna have to kind of poke in its thread ring and get it woken up before your harm will be able to hit it. The SA8 is the furthest back the direction we're coming in from. The SA8 is probably like 200 yards, 300 yards past the tank farm.
Copy that.
They must have changed the pod rendering distance, because I could actually see shit from 75 miles with this lightning too. That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, though.
There definitely used to be a hard cap at like 40 miles. I remember not even a couple patches ago. I guess they had to up it because there's going to be a sniper pod soon.
Soon. That's going to be wild on the F-15.
Well, not for the F-15 until they stop squabbling, but I'm sure they'll put it in the F-16 this year.
Yeah.
Both bandit group, there's 3 bandit group up northeast. 2 groups are heading southwest towards target area right now.
They may be at the end of their patrol radius, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah, 024 for 44. Third group is 044 for 60. Third group is 030 for 59.
Roger.
Eyes on SA6.
Yep, 6 just woke up. Got mud from him.
You want me launch both arms at the 6?
Launch one and save it just in case something bad happens.
Copy.
I brought sidearms as well, just for backup.
Excellent. Alright, 33 miles, diving down, beginning penetration.
DVD.
Gonna get a little bit closer. $26 miles.
And look through from that 6.
Magnum SA6 diving down.
There we go, mass by a hill. Picking the throttles up. $22 miles.
Palms going in nicely. Picking the nose up just to keep his radar on so he sees me.
16 miles.
Thank you.
You might want to wait, Mom, if you want not to be shot by SC9, or just risk it. Okay. It's no difference to me.
6 is about to die.
Well, the sights will still be up even after we hit the main objective, so finish them off.
Yeah, no, I'm just... Copy that.
6 just woke up. As I cleared the hill.
I'm missed.
This is gonna be fun.
Getting a
Follow
little
up
closer.
I think the harm is close enough to put it in.
Either that or a
Fuel
desynced.
low. Warning. Fuel low.
I'm getting closer. This is going to be risky.
Popping up.
Oh, yeah.
Warning.
Yeah, it's
Fuel
gone. It's gone.
low.
There's no
Warning.
SA6.
Fuel low.
Yep, it's just the 8.
Bombs away.
Got a lock on the 8 just in case.
Sixteen seconds
definitely an 8,
TTI.
though. The 8 is most certainly mad. You got that, Trigger?
Negative, I just turned to cover Parlem.
Bandits are 35 miles away. I
Turning
got
in.
weapon impacts, but no round of applause there.
I'm going to try and take the 8 real quick there, Chief.
Oh, you got to be shitting me. Fuel
Don't
tanks
worry
are...
about it. I'm
Nope.
safe from the 8. If you're gonna just commit to bandits.
Yep, we'll commit to bandits. The tanks are now all yours, Chief.
I brought
Yep,
Brahms for
thanks
that.
all yours. Arms off. 8's dead for you.
210 for 45.
I'm going to get this bomb off now. I need it gone.
Yep. Air-to-air master mode's up.
Bomb's gone. Switching it air. We're good for now. All bandits on the SA page are all called from us.
That's right, I want to press the close group.
Magnum. I actually don't know. Alright, good. Let me get rid of this stuff.
I know the 9's still down there.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
get
the
that
nine's going to have nothing to lock on with, radar-wise, so...
No, I fired it just in case the SAA wasn't down or not. The sidearm won't find anything with the radar down there. I also just waited on them.
I think you're just passing over me now, Chief.
Copy, then I would lose altitude and to be able to see this SAA. I might kill the SAA and then I'll finish off whatever tanks are left.
Oh, you know what? Going 268 for Dark Star.
Dark Star 1-1. Dodge 1-1.
202 for 60.
One 905 for 45.
Oh, they are going closer to the other 11 site. Not the 11 site, the other 2 site.
Mm-hmm. Bandit
Got
type
first
confirmed,
bandit lock and
MiG-29.
STT.
They are 29s.
800, not closure. Yep, 900 knots now.
Oh yeah, they mad.
I got eyes on the target. I gotta wonder where your Mark 84s went, because no.
Yeah, no.
Died.
Look in the tac view there. It looks like they might have stopped short.
No. That's stinky. Alright, I'm looping around to the north. There's. Sorry. West. I'll try to get a better shot.
I don't know how far ahead you are of me, Parlem.
They're 25 miles from me.
37.
Roger. I'll get them to shoot at me, and then you turn it around and head back towards you. There's the lock.
Whew. 1,000 plus closure.
Yep. 18 miles. Defending.
23 miles. He's chasing you.
That's good. Offsetting a little bit left, see if I can't get him to separate a bit.
His friend's staying high.
Roger.
Fox 1.
Turn him back in.
I think his buddy... Yep, his buddy just fired at me. I might have to break the lock.
It's fine. Let's turn it into a knife fight.
I'm trying to support the weapon as best I can.
$12 miles.
Dodged it. Turning back in. Splash 1.
Roger, pressing second bandit.
Got him locked. Fox 1.
Fox 2.
He's fired.
Defending.
I don't know who it's on. Oh shit, I think it's on me. Yep. Ah, damn it. I saw it last second.
Over G. Over G.
Ah, god damn it.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, he hit me. Yep, I should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, I killed his friend.
That's right. How are we looking on those?
For me.
Well, they are far to the south. I don't think they're going to push up that far north. Let's knock out this objective here real quick, and then we'll call it a morning and look at the TAC view. As we've reached the 3-hour point there in the stream. Watch Chief do his thing.
I'm gonna mute up here real quick and switch to other headset.
Ready? I think he might have teed me on the way in. Granted, it was probably close enough with an R-73 as a real chance as well, so we'll see. I missed the missile puff, whatever it was, so sometimes it just happens. No, he's damaged. And he is not tracking you.
I sit there dicking the map, and it's recaging itself, so I think it might be broken. I didn't maneuver that hard, but it's just not working.
Yep. You get a pretty hot look at that gun run there. The cinematic view. Good kill. All that's left now is the tank farm. They'll land the trucks, I guess, but the mission will complete when the tank farm's destroyed.
Copy. They come. Whew. Good pass, Chief. Now I have to try to sneak back out of here and do the people land refuel, because I'm low on fuel.
Alright, in the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the TAC view.
Boom boom.
Copy that.
Hop out of that. Close SRS. And the old
Also,
TAC view up.
that mission text at the end there, that's heinous. I don't like that. I didn't realize how close I got.
Oh, it's a throwback to the old F-19 video game. It was one of the main targets that they'd send you at in F-19 or F-117 too, depending upon which version of the micropose game you're playing. Tank farms were a pretty usual target. Like they're a pretty common strike target for that. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go back to the very beginning. And as we get started here with everybody, I'll also put a local stream up here, so if you want to watch it on your own computers there, you can wait to see it in real time instead of with a delay.
That'd be helpful, yes.
Mm-hmm. Actually, kill the DCS process here too, because it takes it a minute sometimes to actually go away. But yeah, again, TACView, very free program, very useful for assessing what goes on. It interfaces with several different flight sims, Falcon 4.0 BMS, IL-2, this. I think it might even do War Chunder if you're into, you know, those kinds of sims. But what we're going to do is take a look at the telemetry data here and roll it on forward to our first fight. This was Trigger and I, F14, F15, doing cap. Come out here over the fart, and now we are pushing into the zone to do our sweep. It's not really cap, it's actually a fighter sweep that we're doing here because we're actively engaged with killing things. Avoid getting into the circle there. And we're up against MiG-29s. And I took the first shot at 20 miles just to try and throw him defensive. Which he fires at me, I fire at him. He loses his missile. I'm hanging on to mine to try and keep him defensive, but he gets away from it. And in the meanwhile, Trigger's occupying the other bandit. So he doesn't turn around and just try and punch my ticket.
Woohoo!
Trigger gets away from that 27R. He fires a 73 at me, but I saw this one, so flares popped out. Narrowly avoid the third Sparrow missile I fired at him. Meanwhile, Trigger is getting into the merge with his MiG, so at this point we're both merged on our own targets. I fell right into the slot behind my bandit, Sidewinder missile, down he goes. Trigger fires a Sidewinder that looks like it over-G'd and missed, but the second one follows up and kills the target. Alright, cool, that fight's done. We elect not to go push the AWACS and their escorts, which would have been a very bad fight. There's a pair of 33s and a pair of 27s out there that we were not equipped to deal with at that point in time. I don't know why this site didn't see us, but he didn't.
That is a good question.
He didn't, so we're going to go ahead and take that. It could be that he was just waking up too, and it took him a minute to actually figure it out. And by the time he figured it out, we were already out of parameters to shoot at. But our second fight against MiG-29s, I've only got one Sparrow on board. Trigger kept both Phoenixes, and I think has a Sparrow on board.
That was it. A Sparrow.
Yeah. So I get in here and I let him lock me up. I immediately turn back in to clear the way for Trigger. And get the bandits separated. One Phoenix kills the target, the other one gets away from the Phoenix. So I press him. (7M) Splash Bandit. Kept him on the defensive, and then we got the hell out of dodge at low altitude to get away from the SAM site. The nose up. And RTB, rearm, refit, change jets for Trigger. And now we're coming after the SAM sites. Push in to our initial point. Trigger puts out a couple of harms because we decided that since he was wall-to-wall harms, we were going to try and off this 11 site too. And I wasn't going to waste my bombs on this because if the track radars are dead, this site is of no consequence. It's no threat. Which, bam, off they go. There is an SA-8 that's still down there, but the 8 we can fly over. It is much less of a threat to us. Something to be aware of. You don't want to get into a dogfight over the top of it and then dive down on it and get shot. That's bad for everybody. But for what we were doing, trying to make the airspace a little more manageable, that was the goal. So we come up on the 11 site. I'm trying to scan it with the radar, which is why I'm offset a little bit. Because there's a dead zone in the F-15's ground radar in the front cone. So once I get good sweep and then I see a break in the clouds, I go, okay, cool, let me go ahead and light it up with the pod and get a better designate point. Because I was lined up on like this guy. Or close to it. But yeah, you could tell there's an 11, there's a 13 down there defending it, and then there's a bunch of Shilkas too. 11 shoots at Trigger. Trigger defeats. I'm doing penetration at low level. Shoots at Trigger again, shoots at Trigger a bunch. Oh, you know what it was? The spacing on these bombs was sufficient that the splash damage script killed the bombs before they could come in. Otherwise, this bomb up here would have landed right here, killed the rest of the site.
Mm.
Which is fine, though, because, you know, it does tell me that this point needed to be aimed up a little bit so that these bombs could have gotten in on the play, too. But either way, that 11 site is largely reduced. It's a lot less of a factor for us. Still a problem, because it's not dead. Then we have this fight, which we just saw there with Chief. Get all up here together. We're pushing in for the point. These are the rotor objectives that are always up with every spawn. And the reason why I put those missions in there on this mission file is, you know, if there's an actual called-in objective ready to go, nothing else can be spawned, so it gives somebody for people to do if you've got a different mission up. We're pushing in towards a tank farm. The site's no factor for us. These fighters are no factor for us. They're currently out there doing cap stuff. Drop down to the penetration run. Triggers
Oh,
harm.
I did not realize I dropped that down close to you.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to see where these bombs go, though, because this was my normal...
I think they hit the town from when I saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. I did my normal shot put for them. And they just... Yeah. This bomb here blew up all of the other bombs.
That's what I saw. I saw puffs of smoke in the end. I thought, did they just get shot at?
Yeah. No, I think I might have been better served with either a much larger spacing, like 300 or 400 feet, to try and keep them from blowing each other up, or come in with Mark 82s, to be perfectly honest. You can get those a little closer together, or drop them in pairs and make several passes.
I think the pairs and several passes might have been a bit of a better option.
Yeah, for those bombs that I had on board the jet at the time, because understandably I can't come back and rearm.
Holy shit, that 9 didn't fire at me. It had perfect opportunity to as well.
Yep. And we get into this fight, which we're keeping 60 miles away from our Harrier friend. Good hit. Good hit on that Sparrow. And there's the 27T.
I don't think I flared enough to get it away.
And I did not see his launch because he was in the cloud when he fired.
I tried to, if you notice, I tried to keep the 7 on him before I died. I was trying so hard while dodging left, right, but...
Yep. No, that's my fault purely there. I should have expected it and flared more. But I did not in the moment. When the Chief comes around, fiddling with the Maverick. Maverick wasn't doing its thing. So it's equalizer time. And that finishes it off. Mission accomplished. Tank farm destroyed. Now the other thing to notice here too with TAC view is kind of a peculiarity about it. Static objects in DCS don't show up in TAC view. So when I'm doing missions like this, I will usually put like trucks or something adjacent to the static targets just so that we can see where they're at in TAC view. It doesn't look like you're just bombing nothing. But that's kind of the review for the flight. Really kind of good work today. I enjoyed it. So let me go ahead and mute up here and we'll close out real quick and we'll talk about our upcoming events because we've got a special one coming up for Tuesday this week. All right, so we've reached the end of today's show. Appreciate all the followers, all the subscribers. people who donate on coffee or tip on coffee, which you can do if you like on coffee.com/PylamJRomar. If you've got those free Bezos dollars and you'd like to give some of those to me, you can always use your free Amazon Prime Twitch subscription for a streamer of your choice. And if you choose to give that one to me, I appreciate that, but of course it's not required. You can catch this and other VODs on the YouTube channel there at YouTube at @PylamRomar. Our normal week-to-week schedule. Monday we do DCS starting at 6 p.m. and then followed up with classic games at 9 p.m. I know I got to change that in Nightbot there because we had Helldivers that we were doing for a bit. And we might get back to that here semi-soon, but for now we're still planning on DCS. Tuesday this week, Tuesday the 21st, we have a very special stream that I'll be doing, and that starts at probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And that's going to be the F4 Phantom 2, our first look with it, which I know other people have been doing because there's been a handful of folks that Heapler gave it to early, and their videos are all great and everything, but this will be our first look together as a multi-crew package. It's going to be a good time. Friday this week, Arma 3 Anastasia as usual at 6 p.m. And Saturday morning, bright and early at 9 a.m. Pacific time, we got DCS again. So feel free to catch all of those as you're around. I'll be doing more of this kind of stuff. And as always ask for consent. Try to be a genuinely decent human being and try to communicate as best you can with your partners. And I hope to see all of you again here in the very near future. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good rest of your day, and Pyle 'em out.